Good morning, Angel. I'm surprised you're up. I figured I'd have left before you got up. Surprised, but not unpleasantly. Do you now? Well, if you want a kiss so bad, come get one. Because I'm finishing up breakfast so I can get out of here. I'm not about to be late today. I know it's still the day before the games get started, but that doesn't make it any less important. We're doing our practice walkthroughs of each of the 3 competition days. This is by far the biggest job we've ever worked. I'm not about to be unprepared for it. Things are going to go off book. They always do. The plans will have to change to account for that, but in the meantime, you need to establish a structured timeline for those changes to be grounded against. No, I'm not worried. I know the pack. I know what they're capable of. We can handle this. All of us. But it's a big job. A lot of people and processes are counting on us. And it's a high-profile job. If we do this well, it'll be a great step for the business and the pack as a whole. For all their faults, the academy and the department are huge infrastructures that are good places to have in your pocket. Not just for future jobs, but opportunities for the pack and its members in general. Not everyone in the pack wants to work security gigs. At least not forever. Close ties open doors down the line. And more broadly, and most importantly, while I don't foresee any real issues happening, we're being trusted with the safety of every person coming to the games. That trust isn't given lightly, and it's the most essential part of all of this. And properly preparing in every way that we can is one way of proving that that trust is well-founded. And that includes being on time. Even for a practice day that none of them will see. I love you too. It's gonna be a late night. I mean, the next 3 nights will be too, but figured it was worth mentioning. We've got events scheduled that start as late as 8 at night on those first 2 days. And the finale ceremony doesn't even get started until 7 on the last day. With that one in particular, we want to do a 1-to-1 walkthrough starting at that same time today, so we know exactly what to expect. Lighting conditions, all that. I'm planning on taking the team out to dinner tonight after we're done walking through everything, though. It'll be late, but if you're in the mood to stay up, you're more than welcome welcome to meet us. Okay. I'll text you the address. And I'll let you know when I have an exact time. If Ash and Milo's mates want to come too, maybe you guys can carpool or something. I'm sure you can organize it in that quote-unquote secret group chat you three have. Yes, we all know about it. And we know you use it to conspire against us when you pull those ambushes that you call relaxation days. No, the effort is appreciated, even if the execution could use a little finesse. Well, for one, I could do without mine being sprung on me at the last minute. Morning of, no less. Exactly. If it wasn't a surprise, I'd have better luck getting out of it. Hey, I've gotten better at taking time for myself. There really was nowhere to go but up, but the point stands. Give a man some credit. I believe I said credit, not kisses. Close enough. I should get going. I'll text you the details later today. And I'll see you tonight. I love you, Angel. Alright, we're coming up on 7 o'clock. We're going to do a full walkthrough of the finale game day awards ceremony. You all reviewed the parameters beforehand. You know where you're going to be. But this will give us an idea of the conditions that'll actually be happening at that time, excluding all the cheering, excited crowds that will make this job that much more difficult. But they're also the reason we're here. Keep that in mind if they start to grate on the nerves. We've got a good plan and a great team. Even with recent upsets, there's no reason to suspect any sort of foul play is going to happen over these 3 days, but as always, we plan for the worst, hope for the best. To that point, and I should have asked this earlier, but here we are. If the worst does happen, we may need to shift. I take it everyone's been practicing phasing their clothing on and off during that, correct? I know non-shifting magic has not been a priority for most of us in our lives, but now that we're working in a more public space, it needs to be. Do I get to expense all the shirts I wrecked while practicing it? As a matter of fact, yes, you're all welcome to expense them out. Just send all the details to Asher, and he'll be sure to take care of that for you. I walked into that one, huh? I want to make sure that that's second nature when shifting from here on out. We are professionals in the event that we need to shift. We really don't want to end up in the middle of a televised event with no clothing. But that said, better to be alive and naked than clothed and dead, so make sure we're prioritizing. Now back to less awkward topics. The night of. You'll all be stationed at strategic points within and around the stadium, as outlined in your packets. A few of you will be outside it, patrolling the performance spaces and practice areas of the outer grounds. It should be a particularly uneventful night for you guys. All the spectators and athletes will be in the stadium itself at that point. No one should be out there with you. Just keep an eye out to make sure it stays that way until the ceremony is done. Just before 7, as the ceremony gets started, Booker will arrive with the van carrying the MVPs, the Academy President, her head of sports administration, our 3 guest ruling council members, and the sporting commission lead for the department. Asher and I will be waiting outside the grounds to escort them into the stadium and up to the stage. Milo will be following just behind, escorting the game admins, who will be carrying the award medals. We'll all enter the stadium starting at 7:05 after Hudson starts announcing the MVPs over the intercom. We'll path up to the stage and be waiting on either side of it until the awards ceremony comes to a close. We'll then escort them back out in reverse order, all the way back to the van. Once we've passed the control room and signaled to Hudson, he'll announce that the spectators can then start filing out. This will undoubtedly be the most chaotic part of the day, as all those people try to cram out at once. Asher, Milo, and myself will come back to the stadium and each move to one of the exits and help facilitate with the team members there. Keep your eyes open, keep the people moving, and keep the peace. Once your section is cleared out, check in over comms. We'll redirect you to support an area as needed, or to meet up in the control booth. Once we all get there, we'll touch base, check over the observation cams, do any final walkthroughs to make sure everyone's out, and eventually go home for the night and get some well-earned rest. I've said it every step of the way through this practice day, but again, one last time, stay on the radio. Keep us all posted. If anything happens, let the rest of the team know. If you need help, let the team know. If you're going to then offer said help, let the rest of the team know. Communication is key. If your radio goes out for whatever reason, try to flag someone to let them know, but then prioritize getting out here to the control room. We've got extras of everything up here. Hudson will be here as commentator and announcer, along with some other event staff members. He and the rest of them have been briefed on our timeline and pathing, and they'll be using all the video feeds to help keep an eye on things as well. They have access to our radios should they see anything that needs our attention, keep an ear out for them. I know they're not part of the team, but give their concerns just as much respect as you would a fellow pack member's. They're our counterparts in this, and they've got eyes on things we might miss. And it's just about 7.